Okay. Question about drug alcohol addiction. That's fine. Oh, wonderful. Mikkel, you're certainly welcome. Many blessings. Wonderful. Hi from Norway. Hi from US. Thanks, Anne. Okay. Am I echoing to a huge degree? Let me know. I'm not sure what I would do about that, but at any rate. Okay. Okay, Philip, I'm so sorry about that diagnosis. Please tell us what country you live in. That's important. Aloha, Vinayak. Wonderful that you're here. I'm so glad. Much love to my beautiful friends who are just so supportive and really wonderful. I'm not sure why. Okay, there we go. There, now I can see all the chats. Okay, excellent. So, fantastic. Welcome, everybody. My name is Caroline Oceana Ryan. I'm very glad that you're here. And today, this is just a live Q&A just to show you as a demonstration, in a sense, of what people can gain as members of the Abundant Living Program, and also just to be a support to you on your path right now. These are very intense times we're in. So huge thanks to everyone who's here. If you're feeling a lot of emotional disturbance, physical aches and pains, or exhaustion, if you're very unsure about parts of your life or seem to have come to a crisis on some level, might be financial, might be health, relationships, work, retirement, where you're living, your living situation, etc. It could be many, many different things. Absolutely, I follow. A lot of people are coming into difficult times in their life where they're just sort of like, what am I supposed to do with this? How am I supposed to deal with this? Or you just feel disturbed, angry, upset, depressed, emotionally rattled, and maybe you don't quite know why. And understand that is the White Knights of the Ashtar Command, and you can find their news updates at rainbowroundtable.net. But they have been very clear that their galactic and ascended master contacts are saying that the light pouring in from the sun is as powerful as it can be without our bodies imploding, without our minds imploding. So there is powerful support for our ascension. I know people are very much looking forward to Nasara being enacted and wondering why it hasn't been yet. And there are obstacles to be removed before that can happen. And we've got an awful lot of beautiful ascended masters and galactic brothers and sisters working, as well as all of us in our sleep state and the etheric on a higher level, working to make that happen. But the point is not that you and I get rescued on this planet, but that we grow, we ascend, and we take control, and we say enough about how, as far as how things have been run on this planet for quite a while, and standing up to the old power structure and co-creating a much finer and higher way of life. And that's down to you and me, friends. That really is. That's not going to be handed to us. We're coming out of the victim-savior paradigm, and there's no need to feel that we have to be rescued. We are shifting this country, whatever country you're in, and this planet on our own. And we're certainly with the help of the higher realms, but we don't need mass landings purely to save us. Now, having said that, I am calling in the ships. I'm sure all of you are calling in our ET brethren. Get the heck in here. We need as much help as possible. They're aware of the humanitarian crisis in the Middle East and in Ukraine, and they're aware in parts of Russia, and they're aware of the humanitarian crises elsewhere in the world, and aware as well that many of the Western countries are closing off their citizens in big ways, and we don't have the medical rights and freedoms and medical support we should have. Likewise in education and in social structures, and the infrastructure is desperate in the US, absolutely falling to pieces. So there are many issues. That's just a few. I won't name them all because it's too depressing, but do you know what they are? And many of these issues have been with us for a while, and they've worsened amidst climate disruption and all of this light pouring in is just to enable and really to empower us, to remind us we're co-creators. So what we're doing today in this live Q&A is I'm going to take some questions while channeling. And if you don't know who the Collective are, it's a group that I channel. They are a beautiful group of higher beings, and I've been channeling from them for almost 10 years now. Just look at the description below to see who they are. Ascended masters, archangels, angels, fey elders, etc., galactic brothers and sisters. So that they are absolutely amazing, and they will flow energy work to you so that you can hear your higher self and your spirit guides more clearly, so that whatever it is you're dealing with, you're getting a clearer message as far as what you need to do for that situation, or how to birth that beautiful dream into a reality, and how to move forward in your life. There may be some things you're not looking at that you do need to look at, and maybe your higher self's been nudging you on this or that. That happens to everyone. So it's a way to open a door, sort of a portal to higher wisdom and energy work that will assist you over time, and it unfolds over time. If you do have a question answered, or anything here seems to reach you on a heart level, listen to the recording again, because it builds each time. It will assist you go to a deeper layer of the subconscious each time. And the subconscious, as you know, is where we create from. All those old beliefs and the buried trauma as well. The positives and the things that are very dense and hold us back. That's what the subconscious is. So yes, this is in part a demonstration of what we offer in the Abundant Living program. The questions tend to be answered in a more in-depth way than what the collective and I are going to have time for today. But mainly, I'm the schedule part. They don't go by schedule, but the energy work and tapping into what your team are saying, and then their wisdom and assistance and support as well. That is absolutely what is offered and in the Abundant Living program. So Silver, the biggest thing is getting questions answered and getting energy work. And there's a whole library full of resources, MP3s and ebooks that are in each member portal. But briefly, I'll say there are 3 levels: silver and gold and platinum. The silver people will email me 1 question a month, and then there's a group recording with the channeled answers to each person's question without their name being mentioned, without any names being mentioned. And anybody listening to that recording is going to hugely benefit, not only from the energy work and the answers coming to them, but the energy work and the answers going out to everybody. And then the gold and platinum, they meet on Tuesdays and Wednesdays for live calls, in addition, again, to this whole list of resources in their members' portals. And gold members ask once a week. They have a call once a week with their platinum member friends, and maybe anywhere from 4 to 5 people on the call at most, and don't go more than 7 on a call at once. And they ask 1 question, gold members, and they get answers and energy work for that each week. And then each week, platinum members ask 2 questions, and they get energy work and answers for that. So you can learn more at ascensiontimes.com. Go to the Abundant Living program page, and the link is in the description below. So I'm going to bring in the collective, and we'll start. Sorry for all that chatter, but we'll carry on. And I don't know how long this call will go, probably an hour at least, or well, it's not a call, it's video, but just breathe through any density you're feeling right now. We're going to breathe in slowly, in through the nose with mouth closed. Keep breathing. See if you can reach the number 15 or 20 as you're counting inwardly. And when you're ready, breathe out the pursed lips like you were breathing out through a straw or whistling. And do that a few more times, breathing in slowly with the mouth closed. And when you're ready, breathe out as if breathing out through a straw. This is something Deborah Poneman, among others, will suggest that people do. Lowers the blood pressure, puts you in the heart space, pulls you out of that obsessive left brain chatter, out and away from the to-do list. And it calms the energies and helps you open up to be receptive to the energies that are going to be flowing to you. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that beautiful moment. Anytime you feel the density getting to be too much and you're just really fed up with life, go into your breathing. Stop thinking, stop doing, stop running around, stop tidying up or doing work. Take a moment for yourself. Close your eyes if you can. Not if you're driving, probably not if you're at work, but just completely go into your breathing. So carry on with that breathing, and I'm going to call the collective in. All of your beautiful spirit teams are all already here. The collective will address them and confer with them first. You're your own authority, your higher self. The collective don't claim to be anybody's authority. The time for that is over. So I'm asking them to come in, please, dear ones, and just stay in your breathing, everybody. Wonderful greetings, everyone. Much love and many blessings from us to all of you. We're very, very glad that you're here today and honored to have a moment to work with all of you. And we say all because obviously not everyone will be submitting a question, but we are looking at each of your individual presences, whether you're watching live or in replay, and we are thrilled to have this moment with you. We do work outside of the constraints of linear time, so no worries if you think, oh, well, will the energies reach me because I'm watching this video after it happened hours or days later? And most assuredly, yes, they will reach you, so long as you're open to that. So just sort of make a motion with your hands and be open in your heart space, and we can work with you beautifully. Yes. All right, dear ones. This dear one is saying that their 45-year-old son has had tinnitus or tinnitus for 25 years. He works construction. Or is it not the construction? Is it work? Is it possible the noise is coming from energies on the other side? So we're going to call in this dear one's son's spirit team. We're going to address them specifically. Namaste, dear ones. And we're just listening to ask what the cause is. All right. He is receiving energy transmissions from the higher realms, but he's also got interferences. Let's just work with that. I'm just going to place this dear one in front of us with permission from his higher self. Yes, thank you, dear ones. What's going on here? Yeah. All right. This is interference from beings who have been sitting in his energies for quite a while. Other lives, this team are saying, in addition to this one. Sometimes the entities will follow someone and come back in when this person comes back into another earth life, opening a portal of light to the higher realms, calling forth all angels of transition, emissaries of higher light, come forward for any discarnates, calling forth their loved ones. All right. Look at us, please. Look at us. Look. All right. Now, we want you to turn and look up into that light. Do you see that light? That's home. That's where you need to be. You have been interfering in this one for a long time. Did you have a good reason for that? All right. No, it's not your body. It's not your place to be. Look up into that light there once. That's where you're supposed to be. Go ahead. Loved ones, would you please escort them into the higher realms, into their next life, and all contracts finished. You see this? All contracts flying out of this dear one, going into the violet flame of Saint Germain, being transmuted, entirely transmuted. And we use the white flame of the divine feminine as well. All of it. All these old contracts this dear one has had, whether with the interference itself or with any entities carrying it, and the physiological need to register transmission of higher energies as an ongoing ringing sound, a buzzing sound, all of it into the light. Yeah. You can still receive those transmissions without suffering from a disorder that's difficult for him. Yeah, let go into the light. Let's go right now. No, you're done. You're done here. You're done. That contract is finished. It's over. It's done. Go into the light, please. Go with your loved ones. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go with your loved ones. That's it. That's it. Time to go home. Time to go home. All right, all of you, what is this? Where do you come from? All right, that's finished. No more. That's it. You're done. You're done. Into the light right now. Into the light. We're going to close that portal in a moment. All of you who have been sitting in this young man's energies, you don't belong there. It's not your real life. You're harming him. You need to move into the light. Have your own life. You can start all over again. Have a beautiful new body. Never age, never tire, never die. No, yeah. Never get ill. Yeah, of course. We don't encourage anyone to leave early for that reason. But guess what? All of you sitting in this young man's energies, you need to move on. You need to move on. Very good. Excellent. Excellent. All right. Yeah, got a number of contracts. Higher self. Anything not serving this dear one's higher self right now goes into the flame. Yes? Absolutely. Transmutes to pure energy, pure light to be used for something good. Yeah, all of it. All of it. Time for soul contracts is over. Most of you probably understand that intuitively, if not in a left brain sense. Just let go. Just let go. That's it. No. It isn't, dear one. It's not your responsibility any longer. Let go of these people. He's been sort of harboring groups, trying to help them. This is not unusual. Probably brought them in another life when he was a healer and thought this was best for them on a soul level, but it isn't. Let them go. That's it. Let them go. Yeah. He's telling them you're free to go. All right. Yeah. That's it. That's finished. That's finished. We're going to close this portal in a moment. Everybody, you need to go. That's it. You need to go. You need to go right now. No, that's finished. You see that contract? Yeah. It's pure light now. It's gone. It's gone. All ties disconnected. Archangel Michael is here with his sword of truth. No, not only so all of you will experience only that which is for your higher good, but he can use that sword of truth to separate you from the cords that others have put into your energies. That's it. You're done. You're done. Yeah. Archangel Michael, if you would, please. Thank you. Yeah. That was some ET interference. As we do this for one, we extend it to all. All right, closing the portal. Some latecomers. Quickly. All right. There we are. All right. We cannot guarantee that he'll be entirely free from it, dear one. We would listen to this a number of times. If he himself can listen to this recording, that might help a great deal. All right, dear one. He just had some stragglers, some interferences, and this is extremely common. Nothing to be unhappy about. Esther's asking, should I join Gold or Platinum? All right, just go to ascensiontimes.com and look at Abundant Living Program, dear one. In the menu, go to that page and you'll see the differences between the two offerings. One does get a great deal more with Platinum, but see what your higher self seems to be drawing you to. See what feels right to you. Yeah. All right, and our writer will speak more on that in a bit. All right, and yes, submit a question, actual question, dear one, if you wish. And this, dear one, if someone is a drug, alcohol addict, also mentally ill, what's the best help for them? They're unwilling to change due to compromised thought processes, struggled for 20 years. Is there hope? Yes, there is always hope. Mental illness, along with the addiction may well be there to alleviate the pain of mental illness, whether it's a personality, quote unquote, disorder, an imbalance, a depression, anxiety, etc. Just call in this dear one's team. Namaste, friends. Okay. Yeah, a lot of this is energetic. It's trauma-based. You don't say whether this is you or someone else, dear one, so we're just going to work with whoever it is you're referring to. It is helpful if someone, any can provide a first name or specify my friend, my son, my daughter, what have you. That's fine. Just the first name is fine, or first initial. This appears to be very trauma-based, bringing in a lot of light, a lot of light. I'm going to start pulling out some of those lines of disruption, one might say, putting them into that white flame of the Divine Feminine. Yep. All of that. Look, dear one, all of these old contracts going into that white flame. All right? Yeah, you got caught up with people who weren't good for you in a number of lives. And then you got invaded on the etheric level. And again, we extend this to all, opening another portal of light. Loved ones, come in, please. Very great interference. Loved ones of discarnates, those who have moved on. Their body died, but they moved on to another body. They didn't move into the light. All of you, do you understand? You remember you rose up above your body, you saw it below you. Do you understand that? Yeah. And then the light came in. Why did you not go into the light? All right, so some of them just plain didn't want to move out of physical life. Some were terrified of judgment, nothing unusual. And some just felt that they had been ordered to stay on the earth, that they were terrified to leave. It was their duty to remain. All of you out of this dear one's body right now. You're going into that beautiful light up above. That's it. That's it. As one great healer puts it, Bonnie would say, this is your moment of salvation, absolution, and liberation. This is your day. A very special moment. We would move on. And we're extending this to everyone, of course. We would move on, loved ones. You take them by the hand, please. Lead them off into the light. That's right. Lead them off into the light, please. Up into the higher realms. It's time to go home. Absolutely, it is time to go home. Do you realize that? Nobody's going to judge you. There's only love there. Nobody's going to judge you. No, you're not meant to be on the earth now, not living in somebody else's body. Look, you'll have a brand new body. It'll be completely wonderful. You want to return to the earth? You can do that. But you have to be in your own body and not someone else's. All right, let's work with that trauma as well. Past life selves, child self. Will you come into the circle of light, please, dear ones? Yeah. Again, we extend this to everyone. All right, you see these heavy sacks of ash? Do you see that? And you see this beautiful brilliant white light. Oh, we see some of you have been through terrible times. All right, pick up those heavy sacks. That's anger, rage, shock, trauma, resentment, fear, grief, all of it. Toss all that into that beautiful white flame. And for those of you who feel that you are a bit dogged by trauma in this life, and that would be everyone, by the way, on the planet, if you can't image, that's all right. Pick up a sack and toss it into the flame like so. Use your hands. All right, universe values that. Same idea. It's a metaphor. Yep, it's a symbol. Very good. That's it. We're going to help. We're going to speed things up a wee bit. All right, little ones, you're safe now. All right. All right, dear ones, you see these beautiful angels? The childhood selves from all of this dear ones' lives that they've ever lived. These beautiful angels coming and just picking them up and holding them, letting them know you're safe now. Now watch what happens. These angels, they're beautiful wings coming around you. Now those wings are kind of transparent. You can see through them, but they're always around you. You'll always be safe no matter what. All right? Anything, a freight train, a plane could, or a steamboat could run into those wings and just bounce right off. No problem. It would be okay. You're all right. All right, very good. Some of them are holding their arms up to be held by more angels coming in. Excellent. Excellent. This dear one's an old soul. Yep. Higher self, what is the purpose of the addiction, please? Yeah, just a response to trauma. All right, that's fine. Yes, all right, that's fine. Ties into past lives. Maybe a little bit of karma paying off, but we don't stress that. We just stress you need to get well. All right? Look, all of you discarnates who love to drink or do drugs, do you understand? You can have as much as you want if you just move into that light. Nobody's going to take that from you. In those higher realms, you go create what you want. You can have a drink or drug all day. And if you want to get off of that, there'll be people to help you with that. All right? You can't even imagine how much, but you need to move into that light. That's it. Very good. That causes light stampede. Very good. That's right. You'll be helped there. Absolutely. No, nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to judge you. It's not about judgment. It's about pure love and you coming into your pure self. All right? And these dear ones, let's finish up all of that old trauma into that beautiful white flame. Or you can work with St. Germain's transmuting violet flame. This is fine also. This is fine. This is fine. Go ahead. No, it's not you. It's not who you are, dear one. You won't be losing who you are. That's right. Chuck that inside. Yeah, this dear one's just asking etherically, will I lose some of who I am? No, you won't. You'll regain who you are. Bring in a lot of light to assist with a fracturing which occurred from the trauma sustained in this and other lives. Sending a lot of love and light to all the child selves. You're invaluable. You're precious. You're wonderful. There's nobody like you. We're so glad you're here. You're completely and utterly loved and safe now, all right? So these issues go very deep, dear ones. It can take time. It can take more than one clearing, obviously. So we would listen to this over and over, dear one. I'm going to quickly ask your team. They're just saying the thought processes will shift as the energy does. So, our writer does clearings. You can also find them at spiritualacceleration.com on their members site. Wonderful clearings out there for you now. So if you wanted, if you're not in the Abundant Living group getting regular clearings, you can still go to the ascensiontimes.com website, do a channeling session, do a just 1 or 2 or 3 question recorded answer. The meditation MP3s have a lot of higher energies in them and beautiful visualization processes, such as what we've been offering today. So look into that, dear one. Get yourself the support you need. Now, if you're not getting help with the mental illness, you will need some counseling there, depending on how intense it is, even perhaps medication for a while if you're not already on that. That can happen. It doesn't mean you'll be on it forever. It doesn't mean that healing is eluding you. It just means that you are finding ways to keep going in the moment that will assist you, the progression along the path. So we do encourage people, talk out what troubles you. But this is energy work that will actually save you a lot of time on some levels. And we can't predict for everybody's path what's absolutely going to be best for them for the next 30 or 40 years or so, but we can say that you can move forward. Absolutely, you can. And there's so much light, so much beautiful light in your spirit. So just keep moving forward. Daily meditation, guided meditation. You can find those online. thesoulmatrix.com, angelsofabundanceacademy.com, that podcast. Plenty of guided meditations that are free and offer energy work as well, many of them. And as we say, our writer has done some as well. So you're all right, Delwan. You'll just keep moving forward. And yes, Miguel, wonderful. And all right. So Lily would like to ask her spirit guide, higher self, what steps do I need to take to follow my path of becoming a psychotherapist/healer? That is quite a path. Very beautiful that you have this vision, dear one. I'm going to call forth your beautiful team. Namaste, friends. And what are your best advices for this, dear one? Yes, all right. So they're saying if you want to follow in the footsteps of the traditional psychotherapists, you will need to get that PhD, or, depending on what kind of therapy you're offering, you will need higher education. But they're saying in your spirit, in your heart space, you're really looking at shamanic energy healing for modalities that are a matter of energy healing, and some of it ceremony and ritual, but most of it, they're saying you could start with Reiki. There are many modalities out there. Start researching and see what you're intuitively drawn to, we would say. And again, spiritual acceleration is another place to go because they have training, absolutely beautiful shamanic training. All right. So another thing they're saying is something you're always going to be, you're always going to feel intuitively and experience as you're working with anyone, a patient, a client, etc., is that what they present as a psychological issue, you're going to feel that that issue is constantly haunted and overshadowed by some dark presence, whether it's an entity or an energy form or some form of mental programming, for instance, or ETs or what have you. Unfortunately, there are ETs out there who are having fun experimenting on humans and manipulating them. And that's a very long story, a long history we won't get into, but at any rate, they can be pulled off the job. And any conscious or unconscious agreements and soul contracts made with these ones can absolutely be dissolved. They're saying, all right, so they're saying, yes, wonderful if you want to get the scientific grounding to know what happens in people's minds psychologically, this is totally fine. But they're saying you're also going to need the energetic component. And you might get so swept up in that that you leave the rest. And it doesn't become psychotherapy anymore. It becomes dealing, basically shadow work, dealing with the shadow aspect of this person. It could be that they dabbled in something that they didn't realize the true depths of in another life. They just wanted to manifest. They wanted a bit more personal power. Maybe they did know that they were dabbling with things that are connected, ceremonies and rituals connected to the dark forces. Very often people are followed by that, which is very difficult, very dense, but this is the time to clear it, dear ones. Absolutely it is. So yes, it's fine if you want to go to college and graduate school to learn to be a psychotherapist, but they're saying you're always going to get pulled over to the energetic side of things. And if you look, of course, on the practical level on what it will cost the average person, the expenses entailed in becoming a psychotherapist. If you haven't begun yet, you might want to think through, is this specifically how I want to help people? Now, something we really want you to look into is the work of Dr. Gabor Mate. And our writer has written his name into the chat. Mate has an accent over the E, Hungarian, Jewish, Canadian psychotherapist or psychologist who deals specifically in trauma. And he talks a lot about coming back to the authentic self and how people respond to what is not a normal situation. Most cultures are toxic on some level or another, and children have to try to adjust to that, and that might be desperately at odds with who they really are as people. Likewise, growing up in a toxic environment and not getting the care, the attention, and the support required by every child, absolutely. So we would say start looking into the work of those who are aware that the whole person is rarely served in traditional psychology and psychotherapy. And we don't mean that to be disparaging. We would just say the time has come with all the light coming to the planet that people begin to understand everything is energetic at base. So you want to find a way to combine them, and that's a beautiful path, an exciting one. And your team is saying you can do it. You can do it. So yes, if you want to get that traditional training, that's all right. But they're saying you're always going to be pulled over into something that's much bigger. And that's the world of energy. That's not just quantum physics. It's what's going on with people energetically on a spirit level. Yeah. All right. So this dear one's saying they've recently been diagnosed with kidney cancer. All right. A hard time coping. All right. So we don't know. We're looking to see if you have written in what country you're in, dear one, or if you are on a sort of national health care plan of any kind. So in the US, all right, dear one. Well, let's see what your team is saying, Philip. I'm going to call them forward. There are beautiful ways to cleanse the body of toxicity. They're saying this doesn't have to be it for you. You can heal. You've got to go through extreme and complete detox. Look into medical mediums work, Anthony William. Look up Anthony William books online. He's all over Amazon. Cleanse to Heal. Cleansing is just going to become your way of life, they're saying. There's also an energetic component, of course, yes. Resentment and sadness buried in the body. And again, this can come from many lives, not just this one. So we'll work with you on that, dear one. Now we want you to look into a website called chrisbeatcancer.com. And that's about Chris Wark, W-A-R-K. And he's a brilliant young man. He was diagnosed with this either stage 3 or stage 4 cancer when he was only 26, and didn't want to go the traditional route, decided to do cleansing, cured himself with nutrition, probably supplements as well. Now, there are supplements to assist. If you can get N-acetylcysteine, which is just called NAC, N-A-C, that helps produce the glutathione in the body. And again, this is general health information. We don't offer treatment suggestions. We're not doctors in the sense that your country or your world accepts them for the most part. But there are supplements to assist. You carried over a lot of density and toxicity from another life, and you inherited some in your environment growing up. Quite a bit. All right. Let's just look at the kidneys here. All right. If you can get SEAC tea, all right, hold on. In the chat. Again, these are health suggestions, not diagnoses, not treatments. But that has helped tremendously, help many, many people. Dr. Norm Shealy is someone else to look into. Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Ed Group, Dr. Brian Ardis. Look into their work. They do a lot of very beautiful interviews, articles, etc. All about cleansing. And what we're working on right now is releasing the density of energy, which has located itself in the kidneys. Yeah. Absolutely look into natural forms of healing, and also, meditate every day, dear ones, in addition to the physical cleanses. All right, now we're seeing it. We're seeing it. All right, all of you, pick up that old sadness, resentment, feelings of loss, grief, abandonment into the violet flame. All of it into that beautiful violet flame. Yeah, I'm putting you all in the white flame as well of the divine feminine. Yeah, letting the cells know, cancer cells, you can stop proliferating. You can release and die off, and only those healthy cells now growing beautifully. Complete recovery of the healthy cells. No toxic treatments needed. Radiating pure love to all these past life selves, the child selves, and your current life self. Yeah, again, bring in those angels for each of these children. We do appreciate details about a person's life, which isn't really possible in a venue such as this sort of platform. It's a bit truncated in terms of how much you can write into the chat. We understand that. This is why group sessions or individual sessions are incredibly helpful. Just let go, dear ones. Just let go. Ah, there we go. Very old trauma, old cultural and generational trauma into that beautiful light, into the flame. Into the flame gets transmuted instantly to pure light. What we would suggest, dear one, is that you continually have this image where you have got the violet flame or the white flame, which both of them transmute beautifully, and you're just keeping that flame in that part of the body or in the body as a whole. We would do it probably the whole body. Put yourself in that transmuting flame. It won't burn. It's just pure alchemy, and it will just transmute everything. And just say, I'm releasing all the density, whatever it is, all forms, releasing all the density that created this medical issue, and I'm returning to complete health. In fact, I'm moving up to a whole higher level of health. So obviously you're not going to be smoking or drinking or taking in dense or difficult information, content online, on TV, films. You're not going to watch anything violent. You're only going to watch that which builds up your energies in a positive way. Anything that makes you laugh is absolutely invaluable. Absolutely invaluable. Anything that makes you joyful, beautiful music, dancing. Yeah, that's right. Every cell, look at this. We're going to show you joy. Yeah, we're putting you in the kind of light where you just naturally reach for joy, all right? Wonderful. Yeah, come out of there, please. Into the light. Let's go. Into the light. Let's go. Into the light. You're not doing anything positive here. Into the light. Yeah. That's it. You're done. You're done. Contract with cancer. Finished. Into the white flame. Let's go. Let's go. All these contracts with illness of any kind. That includes addiction or mental illness or whatever it is that anybody watching at any time, any space-time is suffering from, all of it into that white flame. All those old contracts, this life and other lives, all of the entities holding on to that illness into the light. Right now, you're going in through that portal of light to the higher realms because you're done here. You're finished. Interferences, you're done. You're finished. It's over. There we are. That's it. That's it. You're done. You're done. Nope, that's over. You see that? You see all these contracts flying out of this dear one and going into the white flame? Your contract was one of them. It's finished. No, all space-time, all lives, parallels, dimensions, universes, all black holes, wormholes, all of it. Into the light. All of it into that flame. Yeah. No copies, no backups, no nothing. That's done. Conscious, unconscious contracts, agreements, that which one was coerced into or chose to or thought they chose to, whatever it is, doesn't matter. All of it into that white flame. We're done here. We're done. No. That's it. That's it. Go. Go. So you're going to do everything you can, dear one, to chase the toxicity out of your system on a physical level. And then you're also going to get clearings so that whatever becomes of you from now on sounds dreadful to say that, but whatever path you are led on right now, you are going to be brought to a place of peacefulness and joy. And really one's earth life runs by very, very quickly. However long one is on the earth, it's never long at all. Even if one lives to be 100. That goes by in the flash. Anyone who's reached the age of 40 or 50 will tell you how fast it all goes. Our writer's nodding right now. It goes by very, very quickly indeed. And so every moment has to be, if not cherished, then as you wake up in the morning, say thank you. We would say that. Yes, indeed. We would absolutely say that. Every morning as you wake up, before you get standing up, think of 7 things you're incredibly thankful for. And this is called the 7 grateful things. If you read Manifesting 1, 2, 3 by Ken Elliott, and our writer has interviewed him, that's another podcast on manifesting. Think of 7 things. And then close your eyes again and say, I'm in my future. And in my future, I'm completely healthy. And just get that feeling of health. Absolutely. There's no more cancer. There's no more illness of any kind. Just image that. Ask yourself, how am I going to celebrate? And then start celebrating as if it were already true. Just bring the energies of feeling that you are well. Bring that into your body. Now, what we're working on is removing the fear as well as the trauma, the density that put it in place. All right, dear one? We're moving that out. A lot of this isn't yours. It's ancestral, it's past life, pain and difficulty, it's intergenerational troubles, entities, and certainly modern life toxicity. So this is your path now, dear one, to detox and to heal. And so beautiful, because you're going to come to a place of awareness and higher consciousness and self-love that you would never have come to otherwise. Now, does one need to become ill for that? No, certainly not, and we don't wish it on anyone. And yet, this seems to be on your path so that you can come clean of toxicity and to realize how precious you are and to give thanks for every moment. And in that beautiful moment, your whole system is alkaline. If you stay in fear, if you stay in resentment, sadness, anger, grief, rage, whatever it is, that is the acidic biochemical state that cancer unfortunately thrives in. Important to stay away from all toxins, including caffeine and sugar in any form. Although every now and again, if you once a year for your birthday, have some chocolate cake if that's what you desire, because you need to be joyful. You need to relax and not be too regimented and not do this out of joy, dear one. The detoxing, the meditations, the energy clearings. Looking into the supplementation required, the cleanses, the nutritional aspect, and looking into alternate, quote unquote, alternate meaning holistic forms of getting past this illness. And absolutely you can. It's just an imbalance. Your team is saying that you will come through it if that's what you choose. Yeah. But please don't ever feel like a failure for not already being there, quote unquote. You're just going to have to give yourself time for this. Let's see if your team is saying anything else. Well, they're saying you've already started because you're reaching out for energy help. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So we'll just send a lot of light to your path and image you on that path to healing. Every day, image yourself. You're walking on a path. If you're not good at imaging, just sort of go like this and just see yourself on a path. And at every turn, you're getting help from this naturopathic doctor, you're getting help from this energy healer, this book, this cleanse, this new way of eating and drinking pure water. Structured water is best, and giving thanks, but just being in this state of thankfulness and joy, so that every moment you have on this earth is one grounded in thankfulness and peacefulness, and releasing the acidic and going into the alkaline state on every level. Image every cell going into that, dear one. All right, we send much love. Many blessings. So this dear one has a question about manifesting goals as a focus, as opposed to manifesting money. They can cross over. Let's see what your team is saying, because some people will say, well, I so desire to bring $50,000 into my life to erase debt and to save, or a new vehicle or what have you, as well as saving. And let's see, hopefully not too pricey, a vehicle. Of course, one wants to be wise with one's resources, but let's see what your team is saying. All right, so they're saying there isn't a huge difference, and we agree. They're pointing out what's important. What's important is that you want to consider that you have a goal of, say, this income from now on, this 8 or 10,000 a month, whatever it is you're thinking of, or this goal over here of this business or healing practice, whatever it is that I'm building up, whatever your dream is, travel, etc., a new home. You see them in the distance, you're picturing them, you're giving thanks for them. They're saying, don't specify how. You don't want to specify how the money comes to you. You don't want to specify how this beautiful vision you've got of this thing that you want to achieve or experience is going to come to you. Just let go of that part. Just be giving thanks that's coming to you. And again, this beautiful book, Manifesting 1, 2, 3, is certainly one way of doing it. Absolutely it is. Our writer has a meditation which is also very effective, called Creating What You Desire by Working with Energy. It's on the website, $11, very, very helpful. And that is working with the energy of what you desire in the higher realms, in that beautiful quantum field of unmanifest energy from which everything flows, and you're drawing that sparkling light. That ball of sparkling light holds the essence of what you desire, and you're drawing that into you. Now, if anyone follows the work of Warren and Ben, they stress this as well. This is information our writer received about 30 years ago, and then also read it from the Sinea Roman and Dwayne Packer books and meditations. So I found it there as well. But this is simply going into the world of energy where everything begins and birthing what you desire from there. It's not manipulating outer events. It's not demanding to know how. You're coming out of the world of form and you're going up into the world of energy where everything begins, and you're birthing new matter and new circumstances on a very high level. And you leave it up to the universe. You've heard that phrase, the universal manager. You're leaving it up to the universe how something is going to be birthed. You don't ask, well, this is something that slows people, something tremendous. I'm asking for $35,000. How's that going to happen? I don't make that much every month, and I don't They go on and on. When you say that, you're letting the left brain take over. So come into the heart space and go from there. Now you're asking about distinctions, and stop asking how. You're asking about distinctions. Your team is saying go into playfulness with it. And they're saying it might be a little harder with money to go into playfulness with money because people get so serious about money that they're just ready to basically explode a bit. Find a way to laugh, find a way to be joyful, they're saying. Yes, that's an excellent point. If you are using the energy of stress, and I got to have this and I need this to try to create something, once something finally does come to you, if it can come to you under those circumstances, it will be stressful. It won't be easygoing and joyful. It's sort of like, people create vision boards. And if you get a blank sheet of paper or a blank canvas and you start to draw or paint, or you start to paste beautiful photos onto that, if you do that in a way that's you're fearful, or you're angry, you're feeling neediness, and you're feeling this, oh gosh, this has to come to me, that actually repels what you desire. Or as we say, when it comes in, that picture you're drawing or painting, it's going to look scattered and unhappy. Likewise, if someone's cooking you a meal, you want them to be in a good mood as they're doing that. Your energy, your feelings about what you're doing and what you're producing goes into everything that you're in the process of creating. Whether you're visualizing what you desire, whether you're using affirmations, a vision board, the manifesting 1, 2, 3, which is the movie version for the most part, a wish list you keep under your pillow, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to do it giving thanks. And this is where those 7 grateful things that they suggest in the book come in. Because if you are going to manifest, you want it to be from a place of joy. You want it to be from a place of thankfulness. A feeling of this isn't here yet and I really need it, as we say, keeps it from you. That's not the universe trying to be cruel. It's how it works. If you pick up something, all right, there's a pumpkin here. You can imagine if we dropped this onto a hard floor surface from this height, what's going to happen? But that the pumpkin is going to get injured in an unhappy way. And if you react with shock and say, I can't believe it, I loved that pumpkin, someone else in the room is going to say, law of gravity, you knew what was going to happen. What, are you going to change the rules for the universe? That's universal law. Or anyway, on this planet, it's a law. Very simple. You don't question it. You go with it, and you're happy to understand it and accept it. It's got to be the same way with manifesting, dear one. Let things flow joyfully. And as you're asking, you're giving thanks. It's all one. Just as you're receiving, you're also giving. You're giving thanks in that moment. As you're giving to someone else, you're receiving their thanks. If they aren't thankful, you probably want to give somewhere else. How many times have you kept giving to someone who's never thankful? Probably you stopped. At some point or another, you stopped. And that's how the universe is as well. Because that energetic signal says stop. So what's your energetic signal? There probably isn't a huge difference between goals and money, except that people get very fierce and serious and often fearful and stressed about money. Whereas their goals, they more sort of dream about, oh, I'd love this, and I'll have a house in France, and I'll do this and that, and that would be wonderful. And then when you think, oh, but I need the money to manifest that, and that's when the stress comes in. Just say, money, you're my wonderful friend. You're not just a tool. You're not just a form of exchange. You're a flow of energy, hence the word currency. And I love energy, and I love all the beauty in this universe in terms of energy. And my money, you're full of light. And as you go out, you bless so many. You bless so many people. You're absolutely wonderful. So there are many beautiful books out there to assist. We've got several, and there are many others for spiritual nature. And so look into those, but do it again, not just reading, how do I do this? But being happy, relieved to know that you can learn these rules. You can learn the universal laws. You're not locked out. Sure as a mother opening her arms to receive her child, the universe is delighted to welcome in whatever beautiful visions you wish to birth. Oh, wonderful, dear one. All right, so Vinayak, dear one, origin of the chronic coughing. All right, won't be able to get to everyone today, but at any rate, let's see. I'm going to ask your team, dear one. Seems to be based in abandonment in childhood, we're going to ask, culturally, in childhood, some relationships, going back to other lives, anger about the abandonment. A child will experience especially real anger about abandonment, yes. It's not only grief from that. All right, so there's an energetic component that's kind of squeezing things, making it harder to breathe. That's what the congestion is about. It's bringing a lot of light for this Del One, only in the emerald green light of healing for this Del One and everyone, asking for any form of healing right now, putting you in the circle of light, calling forth all those past life selves, all the children who experienced abandonment. Look at this. Look at these beautiful angels coming in. Ancestral as well. No, not necessary. Not necessary for this dear one. Just because you suffered, that doesn't mean others have to. Pull that energy out right now. Let's go. Pull that out. Pull that out. No, it all goes into the light. You're not helping anybody. And back up. And back off. Stop it. No. No. Archangel Michael coming in with the sword of truth, cutting through old ties. Release that intergenerational expectation. It's almost like a curse. It's going into the white flame right now. Going into the white flame, drawing out the grief, drawing out the abandonment, the sadness. Children all being picked up and held by these beautiful angels. Safe and it's safe to breathe fully. It's safe. It's absolutely, of course it is. You're okay. Looks like you held your breath a lot as a child, dear one, if there was smoke around, and also if you felt the people around you were tense or angry or upset or what have you. Yeah. Come out of that. Come out. Yeah, breathe fully, dear one. Can you, yeah, you're all right. Look at that. Look at all these beautiful angels. Pulling out from past lives. And in all entities that want to smoke, that lived with that, who feel like this is the only way, this is just how people die, or they get this problem or that. No, forget it. Into the light. Let's go. Let's go into the light right now. Loved ones, come get them. If you want to smoke, you go up into that light. There's plenty of cigarettes, no problem. If you want to cough, if you think that's your only reality, you go into that light, all of you. That's fine. Yeah, that's it. Salvation, liberation, absolution. You're safe to move on. You're absolutely safe to move. There we go. Excellent. You've had a lot of cougher entities in your body, dear one. All of this out. All of you out now. Move it. Let's go. Let's go right now. Look at that. Look who's here for you. These beautiful loved ones. Friends and family. You've missed them for a long time. You've got to come out of that body. You're harming it. Come out right now. Into the light. Time to go home. Into the light. All right, and we're still having those past life selves. Toss all that old anger, resentment, upset into that beautiful white flame. Let's go. That's it. Contracts with illness, contracts with chronic coughing, congestion, etc. All of it in that beautiful white flame. Just see every single contract, agreement, oath, vow from this or any life, any space-time reality, any dimension, anywhere in the cosmos, any universe, any parallel universes, any space-time reality, all of those old contracts flying out of you and going into the white flame of the divine feminine right now. Right now. Yep. There we go. Very good. You've had chronic illness in other lives. You carried sort of a shadow of that, an imprint of that into this life. And this is emphysema or tuberculosis, whooping cough, and on, all these respiratory illnesses into the light right now. That's it. You're done. You're done here. All right, all of you, into the light, dear ones. Into the light. It's time to go home. Time to go home. Leave this, dear one. Look at that. Yeah, you can have whatever you like. You're going to co-create instantly. You can't do that in third dimensional Earth. It's not 5D quite yet. Still coming into the 5D timeline. So things are a little slow. Not to worry. Just go into, There we are. Absolutely. Yep, you can. Okay. All right. Old resentment, pain, rage. Come out of there. Into the light. Into the light. That's it. All right. We'll continue working with you on this, dear one. Listen to this clearing a number of times. You're just going to keep pulling out all that old dense emotion, which has closed up the heart as well, the breathing apparatus, as well as the child tendency to feel it's not safe to breathe. All right, let that go, dear one. That's right. Let that go into the light. There we go. Very good. There we go. The child just picked up a huge sack of ash and tossed it into that flame. Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Very good. All right. Excellent. We'll continue with that, dear one. Just listen to this clearing. All right. Well, and regarding your lifestyle, we don't know what aspect of your lifestyle you're referring to. We can ask your team. They'll probably know better. They're saying slow down. Absolutely slow down and connect with nature. Too fast. Eat slowly. Read more than you're, say, looking to the internet or TV for entertainment. Read. Paint, write poetry, dance. More creativity, not less. Don't tell yourself you don't have time. Treat time differently. Affirm you have more than enough time in the day for all things that are healthy and positive. Exercise you love and enjoy, not just something that you feel is going to get you into better shape, but something you love. More freedom, more creative expression, more joy, more laughter, more wit and charm. Go slowly. You go out for a meal, you eat slowly. You're caught up in conversation with a friend or looking at your environment if you're on your own, but they're saying, slow down. All right, dear one. Flowing energies to you and everyone for that. Yeah, there's a bit of insistence in your energies. Just putting that in that flame. We got to go fast. We got to get everything done. All that is all right, I would say. Yeah. Pick up that contract with moving fast and throw it into that white flame. All right, dear one. Yeah, meditation as well. That will also help. Go into your breathing, slow down. All right, Deborah is feeling time to step into the healing work she's felt compelled to bring in the world. Team, come in, please. They want you to begin offering it in small ways until it becomes natural. So you're working with plants and animals to begin with. And then you're working with friends or family. And just say, do you mind if I practice with you? Maybe I can help. Your hand or your wrist are hurting you, or you've got a headache, maybe I can help. And of course, you want to have the training. You want to get the training. One of the things about training that's good is that you'll have a partner to practice with or a group to practice with. Anyway, that's the idea. It should go that way. So if you have gotten training, fantastic. We're going to ask your team, anything holding this dear one back? You've misused energies in a couple of lives, and you're afraid you'll harm someone. All right. Past life selves into the center, into the circle of light right now. I'm going to chuck all that fear and the trauma from it into that flame right now. And Deborah, do the same, dear one. Chuck all of that fear into that beautiful white light. We want you to write out affirmations. It's safe and okay for me to help people with energy healing. I will only ever be a positive help to them. However you want to phrase it. On the right-hand side of the page, you react. It'll probably say, oh, I don't know. Write the affirmation again and react, and keep doing that. Write the affirmation and react until you see that response on the right turn positive. You can also do tapping. This is good for healing as well. EFT, emotional freedom technique, to do tapping, where you start out saying, I feel awful, I feel ill, or I feel like I can't do this job, I'm just feeling inept, I feel it's imposter syndrome, and you're just tapping through all these various, all the meridian points. A lot of lovely tapping videos on YouTube you can find for that. Do your tapping every day, because you're dealing with the subconscious, and all this is stuck in the subconscious, and we're just helping to toss that into the white flame. Let's go right now into the white flame. That's it. That's it. All right. Give us that guilt. All right. When speaking to your past life selves, into the white flame. You didn't mean to harm anyone. Nope. You didn't know the extent of your abilities. That's all. Wonderful. They're saying you can do it. Start out slowly. Once you build up your confidence and you see that you're helping people, you're helping the plants and the animals, and you're assisting here and there. Could be a wild animal if you're out, you see a squirrel or a deer and you're out hiking somewhere. Put your hand on a tree, extend loving, healing energies to it. Ask the tree intuitively, telepathically, am I assisting? And you'll get a feeling. You might get an actual verbal response in your heart space, but you also get a feeling. You put your hand on the tree and extend love to it. Yeah, very good. Very good. You notice how we go into past lives. We go into the subconscious, because that's where all of this is happening. So you'll be all right, Delwan. Just start practicing. Start using EFT, tapping, affirmations, and get all that old hesitancy out. It's from another life. And greetings from Carlsbad. Thank you, Gabrielle. Unconditional love to all. Thank you, Lindsay. And all right, Sam is asking what messages the spirit team has for him regarding his journey into wholeness. All right. They're saying more joy, more laughter, more relaxation in a positive way. Meditation will help you to quiet your thoughts, but also that chatter that goes on in people's minds, that's not you. That's a host of entities, discarnates, generally sitting in your energies, sometimes other interferences. So energy clearings, most assuredly. Again, spiritualacceleration.com, and our writer also offers much on that front. More joy, more laughter. Do you watch comedies? Do you read funny books? Do you spend time out in nature? It's about grounding and detoxifying, not just in terms of detoxifying physically, but also with the body, the energy that the emotional body and the physical body naturally carries, because in modern life, there's just so much density, so much heaviness. All right. So you're fine, Delwan. You're moving along. More joy, more laughter. Valerie's saying you're reaching out to get trauma counseling. All right. Guides, any insight on the trauma counseling? All right. This is interesting. You've got to get the right counselor. So try 3 or 4 different ones. If something doesn't feel right to you, if you don't feel fully safe, if you don't feel good, if you feel guilty, lower in energy, contracted instead of expanded, watch your body as you're talking. You're going to do, say, 3, 4 or more initial sessions with different counselors. All right. How are you feeling physically? How's your body reacting? Are you just being nice by saying, oh, yes, sure, I'll make another appointment? They're saying, no, draw a line if it doesn't feel right to you. All right, that's very important. The whole point of healing from trauma, and again, Dr. Gabor Mate, he's all over YouTube. Absolutely beautiful messages on what goes on when someone suffers trauma and how it's an abandonment on the part of that person, unconsciously, purely trying to survive. They're abandoning their authentic self, their true self. So it's hard for them to say no. It's hard for them to not go back to, say, the hairstylist or the counselor or the accountant who is completely wrong for them. They want to stay polite. They feel that, oh, I don't want to let anyone down. That would be entirely anti-productive, entirely keeping you from real healing. So only go with the person that you feel maybe on one level or another. They might challenge you to look at things a bit differently, but you never feel bad around them. You feel better when you're talking to them. It's all right if tears come up because of the situation, but you know it's safe for those tears to come up so you can heal. So we're just putting you in that circle of light, Del 1, requesting your guides point out to you very, very clearly who the right counselor is. Again, energy work is going to save you decades in counseling, but yes, that letting that child finally tell their story to someone somewhere where it's safe. That's important. Yes, indeed. All right. And so hello to Sherry. Hello to Harry. Greetings from Hawaii. Thank you, Delwan. And from Munich. Thank you, Victoria. Wonderful, Vicky. Lovely to see you. And yes, you're welcome, Lawrence. And so, Victoria, if you're not very good at positive thinking or envisioning a positive outcome, how's the universe look at that? Does the universe strictly respond to what's sent out? It can, yes. Now look, here's an idea. Doesn't take long at all. And our writer suggests it. And again, she's interviewed this gentleman, Tom Timur, who didn't create the most benevolent outcome prayers, but is its proponent and does a beautiful job with that. You're going to say to your angels, angels, I request, and our writer will say, and require the most benevolent outcome for this situation. I am envisioning this, and I absolutely request your assistance in feeling joyful and thankful as I do so. I request your assistance in bringing this to fruition. This or something better, I give thanks. Whatever's for my higher good, I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. So that's the MBO. Angels, I request the most benevolent outcome for my healing from, fill in the blank. Whatever this or something better, whatever's for my higher good, I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. TheGentleWayBook.com is Tom Timur's website. More information there. Very quick. And then when you think of that issue, just say, look, I've handed it over to my angels. I'm done. This is what our writer does. It's not an issue anymore. No problem whatsoever. I've handed it over to my angels and they're working on it. And I give thanks. In that moment, you're releasing. All right. Likewise, when you write out the affirmations and you do the tapping, the EFT tapping, you're releasing the density to the universe. You're just releasing that and saying, I'm just going to get this out of my system. And then from there, you can move to the positive. You don't have to force positive thinking upon yourself. Again, the affirmations, the tapping, using any sort of working with energy clearings, meditation, visualization. It isn't only so you can envision what you desire. It's there to help you release the density that's held you back from what you desire. And that's very, very important, dear ones. So don't deny that. Don't deny that sadness, resentment, anger, whatever it is. Let it come up. Cry that out if you want, and then move into a much more peaceful place. And it's from there that you're going to manifest. Yeah. Wonderful. Carol, hello from Michigan. Wonderful. Love and light to all. Thank you, dear one. We wouldn't go to the concept of mercy, Victoria. You don't need it. That's old paradigm. The universe isn't trying to be cruel. You don't have to cry out for mercy. No one does. Get that density out with clearings or affirmations or whatever it is. And then once you get that out, that sadness and that lack of positive thinking, you're going to be clear and you're going to be able to move into positive thought and feeling. Yeah, you're certainly welcome, Lindsay. And Carol's saying self-sabotage daughters is strange. Son overdosed on oxycodone 8 years ago. All right, Delwan. A lot of light putting you into that circle of light. An awful lot of light for this, Delwan. This is a very old paradigm. The family, toxicity, density, You came in with it. You wanted to heal what you had suffered in other lives. Calling in your spirit team, we've got all of you in that circle of light. Your son is saying he's okay. He's here, dear one. He's all right. He realizes now that he let himself spiral down. He's saying, next life, I'm not going to do that. He's thinking of coming back in as well. Not quite yet. All right, dear one. All right. He's working with his guides. He's learning. He's kind of, in seminars, kind of in a lovely school of learning and beautiful spiritual teachings, and he's just gaining a lot. Yeah. All right, dear one. That's fine, yes. Putting the daughters in the light as well. Again, listen to these clearings and just request that they apply to you as well, dear one. All these clearings we've been doing, putting these entities into the light. We won't have time to do everybody that way, as it were, do that for everyone, rather. Just pulling out a lot of that old resentment. It's not yours. It's been carried intergenerationally, and the daughters inherited it as well. And they also inherited this paradigm of you're supposed to be separate or be angry at parents, and calling in their spirit teams as well. What was the point there, please? They feel they just didn't get enough from you. Yeah, they're on the wrong end of the stick entirely. They just wanted what they wanted. Yeah. No, it's your life. Pick it up and hold it. All right? Hold it in that light. Yeah. It's not for your mother to save you all the time. Hand you everything you desire. Go into the light. All that chucks into that beautiful white flame. All right, dear one, just image your whole family picking up all these heavy sacks of pain and resentment and anger and feelings of abandonment, betrayal, and chuck it all into that beautiful white flame right now. Everybody coming forward, many generations back, every life you've ever lived, every family you've ever been a part of in this or any other space-time reality. They're just saying, we're done with the trauma. We're done with the shock and the anger. Just keep doing that. You're chucking it in that white flame. Put yourself in the white flame. We're putting that, the whole family and every family you've ever been a part of intergenerationally, backwards and forwards in all time, space, in that beautiful white flame. But you've got to actively pick up that resentment and say, this isn't me. Toss it into the violet flame, perhaps, right next to you. Yeah. Your team is saying, as far as the daughters go, just send them love, send a line of light from your heart to theirs. Let them live their lives. Just let go. Send a line of light from your heart to your son for his journey. And again, he's reiterating he's all right. Clearings for yourself and your whole family. And do the tapping for the self-sabotage. There's wonderful tapping for that. Go on YouTube and look up tapping for that. All right, and there's still one about advertising to teach a class. Okay. Your team is saying you haven't built up a following for that, and that's the issue. So build up a following, definitely, so that you're showing your work, your artwork, and you're showing your ability and comment on the teaching you've done in the past, etc. You need a website, possibly. That doesn't have to be expensive if you haven't created that so far. But definitely social media presence is helpful. But the thing with the website is people sign up, then you have their email address and you can let them know about anything that you're teaching. So it needs to be a lot more organized. Notice how other teachers are organized and how they advertise about classes, and do they refer people back to a website where they can look into your work and see your expertise, and also see your background in teaching, and or just what you're offering. If you're new at it, just how you've been trained and what you're offering, and offer something free to begin with. Yeah. Offer them something on YouTube Live or Facebook Live that's free, and you can demonstrate and say, this is class 1, and if you want to continue, I'm teaching many other classes as well. And, join us, that sort of thing. You can pay for individual classes or to discount the whole course, that sort of a thing. But, all right, feeling blocked, again, Pick up all of those sacks, whatever it is. You don't have to even know what it is, into that beautiful white flame. Also do the tapping. Also write out the affirmations. Don't just sit there with feelings of stuckness, everybody, all right? Use these tools to come out of where you are. Very important. Many people, for instance, have not been able, we're just pulling out that blockage. Yeah. Okay, this goes back to a past life. Women shouldn't be teachers, all that nonsense. Okay. Many people haven't been able to drop weight until they start tapping, because their subconscious says, are you kidding? I got to keep you safe. Got to keep all that extra weight on the body or we're not safe. Try pushing against the force of the subconscious. You'll lose every time. So you've got to shift the subconscious, dear ones. And that's where the tapping comes in. It's safe. It's okay for me to teach. I'm a wonderful teacher. I can do this. I can earn good money this way, and on and on. But get out the fear, get out the frustration, get out the anger first. First few rounds, you're getting that out. All right, dear one, you'll be all right. But look at how other people do it and work with the energetic aspect as well. All right. For tinnitus, follow the clearing we did earlier, dear one. All right, Sheikh, as far as dealing with, or Sheikh, however you pronounce it, you've got to stop that work with the rockets and explosives. Highly, highly toxic, dear one. No, don't work in your sleep space. No. You've got to have a mask on, either quit that work altogether or have get a mask for oxygen, such as for people, and also to protect the eyes, goggles, etc., such as people use when they're dealing with chemicals. You can't, no, you can't do that, dear one. Wonderful, dear. Thank you, Joe. Your connection to yourself, dear one. Do you know this dear fellow, Dr. Gabor Mate, comes up with this beautiful ritual, this method to assist people in this way. Get a journal or open a Word doc and write in it once a week. Just say, where did I not honor myself this week? Where did I say yes when I should have said no? To something someone was asking of me, something that somebody was selling, something that I did, I thought, oh, I have to do this. Where did I not honor myself? And then ask, where did that come from? And then say, where did I say no to the things that were wrong for me? That's one way. We would say follow his work. He's got beautiful YouTube videos. Let's just call in your team briefly. Yeah, get the ego out of the way. They're saying in some ways you want to be something that's different from who you are. And they want you to affirm, I'm perfect, I'm invaluable, and I'm completely fine the way I am, as I am. I'm healing at every moment. They want you to affirm that. Yeah, you've got a false self working in the subconscious. It's working against you. So there are many ways to heal that. Again, the tapping is one way. Energy clearings are another. You just have to move on. All right. Rinska, all right. You're not specifying how you feel to be under attack, dear one. Let's see what your team is saying. Yeah, you've got you in that beautiful transmuting violet flame. What's going on? What's going on here? Contract? All right, but where from? All of that into the flame right now. All of it. Every single bit of it. Contract finished. Agreement finished. All of it. No, none of it. This is in some ways related to your family, in some ways related to past lives, portals that were opened in this life. Out right now, all of you into the light. Let's go. That's it. You're done. You're done here. Into that light. Into that light. Closing the portal. Yeah, that's it. That's done. All of those old contracts, agreements, conscious or unconscious, any space-time reality, any parallel, any dimension, any life, black holes, wormholes, all of it. Yeah. Yeah, all timelines. That's it. into the flame right now. Let's go. All of it into the flame right now. You will need, for this ongoing for a while there, dark force interference clearings. And that can be a little more extensive, dear one, but we've started the process at least. We're just getting all those old contracts out of your energies. There's several levels here at work, so we're working to get rid of what we can see at the moment. Again, this is the sort of thing that, we want to emphasize that things don't happen the blink of an eye, that this is why we have offered the ongoing support with our writer of the Abundant Living Program. This is the whole idea, dear ones. Absolutely. You need ongoing support for deep embedded energy situations, energetic resonances that have been with you for many lifetimes, or the whole of this one. So most things don't just suddenly come in this life. They're a shadow or a reflection of something you've been in before. So listen to the clearings, the dark force interference clearing at spiritualacceleration.com, and our writer can help as well, dear one, if you go to the channeling session page or the Abundant Living Program page, and there are different choices there, different price levels. So just look into that, but it has to be dealt with, yes. Yeah. And welcome, Dana, dear one. All right. So, all right. Again, the lung issues. Listen to what we offered for Vinayak earlier. I'm going to say to your team briefly, can you tell us? So emotional sensitivities translated into physical ones, they're saying, starting in childhood. So a lot of it's environmental allergies and resistances and intolerances. And a feeling of not really being very safe. We're going to put you in that circle of light, all your past life selves as well, and just give us that feeling for a moment of not being safe, safe to breathe, safe to be around on the earth, be here. Yeah, all of it's going into that plane. All right, wonderful. Putting you in that beautiful emerald green ray of healing. Just apply whatever we offered Vinayak earlier, apply that to your congestive situation as well, dear one. Yeah. All those old contracts flying out of you, image all those contracts flying out of you. They go into the violet flame or the white flame of the divine feminine and alchemize to pure light, pure energy. Yeah, returning to raw energy, all of that. Yeah, okay, your child self, not feeling very safe. What's going on, dear one? Not trusting the people she's with. She came in with a lot of fear from other lives, having had abusive parents then. May have happened in some ways now. Looks like you were left alone a lot in the crib. Nobody really watching you. Yeah. A lot of light. All right, dear one, getting picked up. All of your past life selves and this child self as well getting picked up and held, the child aspect by these beautiful angels. They're letting you know you're safe. See those beautiful angel wings? Yeah, they're fine. There's no allergies, no intolerances, and no congestion there on the child aspect. So just keep running that image through your mind. Listen to this clearing again. And yeah, okay, that's good, Lily. Okay. Yeah, all right, dear one, working with the chemicals, that has to stop unless you're going to not work where you live. Don't work where you sleep or eat or what have you, or just, sit quietly where your living space is not the place for that. And you've got to wear protective gear so you're not breathing in chemicals. All right, Bernadette, your team are saying that the Fae have been working with you. You work with them a lot to assist plants and animals. They're working with you to assist in terms of releasing past life sadness, which has dogged you in this life. So just give that over to them. And we're going to just put you and all those past lives in that circle of light. And again, just do as we've been saying to people over and over, pick up those heavy sacks of anger, resentment, feelings of being abandoned, sadness, aloneness, isolation. Pick them up, toss them into that beautiful flame, white flame. Feelings of having been hard done by, cheated, betrayed, isolated, because it feels safer that way. Okay, all right. All of that goes into that beautiful flame. We're just putting you in that emerald green ray of light, dear one, and holding you in that. We're extending that to everyone, of course. Just breathe that out. Yep, ending all those contracts. You see them flying into that white flame. The Fae greatly desire to assist you this way because they want you to be more joyful. They want you to join in with the dance and the music, and they have a grand time in your garden and also wooded areas, not too far away. So you have fun in the etheric with them, but they want you to experience more joy in the day-to-day. So you're going to work on releasing all that which you may not have been aware of because it's so connected to other lives, but it's still in your energy, still one. One could say that about a lot of people, certainly. All right, dear one, Esme, you need immediate help. You need immediate counseling and also energy work. All right, let's just give us that sadness right now, that feeling wanting to leave. It's not actually you, it's entity interferences. We're opening a portal. Loved ones come in. All of you feeling sad, sitting in this dear one's energies, wanting to leave. Yeah, we see you. Time to go home. You are harming this dear one. Time to go home. You're also carrying a lot from your family, dear one. You're trying to heal everybody. You're keeping, since childhood, you've held everybody's sadness and everybody's brokenness in your own heart space, trying to save them from it. That's got to stop. Release it. All right. Do the tapping. Do the clearings. Yeah. If you can do a channeling session with our writer, we would say do that. You need some ongoing assistance, but at least get in one channeling session. A lot can happen even then. All right, just come forward, all of you. Loved ones, come forward, please. This is your big moment. Salvation, liberation, absolution. This is it, yeah? Look at that. Look at that beautiful light up there. As soon as you look up, you'll realize that's the light of home. That's the light of home. You don't want to be sad. You don't want to be in an earth body. All right, go into the light. You already left once. Why didn't you go into the light? This is in your body. Yeah, excellent. Go. Go. That's it. Loved ones, take them by the hand, call them by the name. When was the last time somebody called you by your name and your name is not Esme? So forget it. All right, then go into the light and receive beautiful healing. Yeah, but you're harming this dear one. All right, you're harming her. And it isn't right. Your team is saying some of this is nutritional as well, dear one. You're eating some stuff that you're allergic to and it is causing depression. Clean up the diet, look into holistic diets. A lot, yeah. Cleanse to Heal, Anthony William, wonderful. The Medical Medium, wonderful books. You can get them on audiobook if you prefer that. A lot of pure water. Get away from the sugar and caffeine, please. Many of you are starseed. You can barely tolerate earth food, let alone these modern food products that are barely food or not even food. They're just chemicals to excite the brain into addiction. That's all. Yeah, into the light, please. Into the light right now. All right, some dark force interference. You've got a lot going on, dear one. We're just putting all that into the light. Every single last one of you into that light. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. No, contract finished. That's done. Yep. Let's go. Angels of transition, please assist. Emissaries, please assist. Yep, wonderful. You're harboring whole families in your energies, trying to heal them. That's done. Closing that portal. Get some ongoing work, dear one. See what you can do, all right? Go to the channeling sessions page at ascensiontimes.com or at the Abundant Living Program. Do what you can. We'll take a few more here, and then we'll look at the questions people have emailed in. And all right, Sherry. So quantum light work class, and want to know if any spiritual gifts will be dropping in. Well, these will be gifts you actually already have, Del One, and you'll be reclaiming them and remembering them and bringing them forward. Let's quickly talk to your team. You've already decided what you want to come forward in the etheric in your sleep state and talking to them. And they will come forward, yes. Don't be afraid of them. Don't feel that you are an imposter, that you're making it up, that it's not helpful to anybody. Just drop all that nonsense. Just say, I'm just playing. This is fun. And it's light. It's pure divine light. And my intent is only to bring more light and love into people's lives. So I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm just learning. Might be healing, might be telepathy, might be, oh gosh, any number of things. Your own growth and healing. Yes. Analyzing energy forms. Inner sight. Your team are just coming up with all of these. Inner voice. You might be a light channel, a light language channel, or any other kind. Just let them develop their saying. Just let them come forward. Might want to keep a journal. And yes. Oh, lovely. Thank you, elusive. But yeah, just let them come forward, dear one. Yeah, Esme, your random acts of Esme, you're collecting other people's sadness and you're holding it in your body. You've got to release that, dear one. All right? A healer of children, fantastic, wonderful. But don't take in what they are holding and try to help them escape from it that way. Pardon. No. This is what healers do. You release. You have a ritual whereby you release everything you've picked up during the day. All right? You've got to release it, dear one. Yes, you're welcome, Philip, dear one. Yes, welcome, Anne. And Deborah, certainly welcome. We don't know what you mean by nothing going on, elusive, but just be happy. Your team is saying stop expecting everything to be constantly moving and new content and new ideas and new experiences, and just the ego mind is very restless. So go into the heart space and allow the quiet. Yeah. So when nothing's going on, you're rebuilding and resting and rejuvenating and moving forward. Certainly welcome, Kate. Lizia, greetings from Toronto. Many blessings, dear one. Erica, improving visualization skills. Let's see what your team is saying. Start with the physical, they're saying. So they're giving us an image. We'll use our friend the pumpkin again. They're giving us an image of, you've got an object, you put it down on the desk, all right? You're staring at it, and then remove that object and see if you can still see in your mind's eye, after you've been staring at it for 10, 20, 30 seconds, see if you can still see a lot of the aspects of that object on the desk, on the table. No, that's a start. And then try again. If you feel like you can't retain any of it, and don't do it just for a second as we did, put it there for 20 or 30 seconds. Take in all these images, and then having to do with the object, and then remove it and see if you can rebuild that image once it's removed in your mind's eye. And you don't have to close your eyes. But the other objects, they're saying, that were around the object, the other things on the table, will help you to remember, believe it or not, because they will have connected energetically to that object as it was sitting where it was. So then you remove it from the table and you practice still seeing it. And you can also say to your spirit team, I want to visualize more, please. Let's go here. So I'm going to ask if there's anything blocking. They're saying there's nothing blocking you. You just have to practice. You can do it, they're saying. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Ellen. And there are probably other methods as well you can find online or in books. Yes, you're welcome, Sam and Hade. All right, Hade, releasing all this home, income, service, health, etc. Yes, you're going to feel disoriented. You're being taken through a massive shift, and it's one you've actually asked for. Let's bring in your team. Is that correct, Elwan? Are we looking at it correctly? Guides and higher self. You asked to release all of this. It's not authentic to who you really are. Is that it? Correct. All right. They're saying you will rebuild, but on a much higher level. Allow yourself some breathing space. Hopefully you have somewhere to stay and some income somehow, so you can keep, the food and shelter going. All right, you just need to rebuild, dear one. Start with the health and the peace of mind. Know that you're supported no matter what. This is where the meditation comes in. This is where the tapping comes in, because again, as you're tapping, you're just saying, I'm so upset. I don't know what to do. This is just really upsetting. Everything seems to be falling away. I hate this. It's too big, too many transitions at once. It's too big. I'm very upset with this. What's going on, spirit team? I don't understand. Get all that out. Let yourself cry. Get all the frustration out. That's all right. And as you go, you're going to move forward. You're going to say, I know you can show me the way. I know you can show me what's next. I know that you can lead me in the higher path. I know that this is happening for my higher good. So show me what's next. How do I rebuild? And what do I concentrate on first? Because I'm not going to do everything all in one day. So we're just sending you a lot of light for that, dear one, and a beautiful ray of divine blue, the blue ray. Divine justice, so you know the universe holds nothing against you. Emerald green ray of healing, so you know you can rebuild. Your team are calling it a huge renovation project. All right. We're going to say to them, we just charge you with responsibility to keep this dear one inspired and feeling light and positive and releasing, getting out the density as needed, but then having moments of clarity and peacefulness. All right. Again, most benevolent outcome, please, angels, requesting the most benevolent outcome for my new home. I hand this over to my higher self, whatever's for my higher good. Let that come through now. Show me, lead me in the right way. I give thanks, and then do it for every area, income, path of service, your health. Do it for every area. Hand it over to them. And as you're doing other things, the meditation and the tapping and whatnot. Yeah. All right. Laura, yeah, an artist teacher, Art to Life, Nicholas Wilton. Kathleen is suggesting you look into his work. All right. So we're just putting you in that circle of light and sending you an awful lot of support, dear one. It's not the end. It's not the end. You're doing fine. You're doing beautifully. But you need to realize it's like a flood experience, and everything gets carried away in the flood waters. And don't try to cling to it, and just let it go and say, I bless you and I thank you. And now I create anew. And give yourself that. Read everything you can that's beautiful and supportive and positive and enjoyable. If you sign up at our writer's website, you get 3 chapters for free of Abundance for All, which many people love. A beautiful book full of higher energies. And just listening to your team. They're saying it's not the end, it's the beginning. Sorry, that sounds like a cliche, they're saying, but that's the situation. So allow the beginning. And you can affirm, I give thanks, I begin again. Show me the way. Yeah. All right, dear ones. Wonderful. And so we'll see if there's anything else. Gisele message from, all right, let's see. Any message from this dear one's spirit team. They're sending a lot of light to your earth, your job, whether that's your earth mission or your life purpose or your daily 9-to-5 sort of thing. They're just saying it's got galactic connections, it's important, it's holding a lot of light, take joy in it, be thankful for it. Doesn't matter, even if you're just, doing what other people would call the simplest of jobs, or you're not working outside the home, you're working in the home, looking after little ones or grandchildren or what have you. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful. It's full of light. Give thanks for it. Yeah, they're pointing out that every light bearer imbues whatever they're doing with a beautiful level of higher light. Wonderful. Thank you so much, dear ones. We're just going to quickly go to the questions that people sent in. And so Lori has been estranged from her adult son, Garrett, and grandson, Jairus, 2 years, released a lot of attachment, anxiety, and codependency. All right. Something you can do to create healing communication between us. Lori's team, will you come forward, please? he's sort of getting something on an ego mind level from this push-pull with you, where he does connect with you, but it's not a heart-based thing. It's just, quick little snippets of info, and then he's gone again. And they're saying what they want you to do is use a lovely old affirmation used by this wonderful writer, Catherine Ponder, or it's based on that. I behold you with the eyes of love, and I glory in your perfection. And you want to think that whenever you think of Garrett and your grandson as well, you want to extend that to them. Just think that toward them. You could say this, anybody could say this toward anyone that they're having trouble with. I behold you with the eyes of love, and I glory in your perfection. They can't argue with that. They can't fight that. They can't find a reason to cut you out or to be cold toward you. Your team is saying it beats him at his own game, and you will connect more with the grandson over time. He will seek you out, so no worries there. Just image him seeking you out and being connected to you joyfully, and be glad for him, and as well as the son, but let the son walk his own way. It's got nothing to do with you, what's going on in terms of the estrangement, nothing, whatever. Now this next dear one is 78, the daughter is 53. The daughter has several rare genetic mutations, cause incredible pain and disability. And then the granddaughter and the great-granddaughter, or the great-grandson also have this genetic illness. And wondering. All right. So our writer's already written you that support, once you're gone and no longer there, they'll want to support them. Support will have to come from the community, because the healthcare system in Alberta is so limited as it is in US and other places. So, all right, don't know the purpose of all this. All right, dear one, let's call in this dear one's team. It's different for different members of the family. For some, they're saying it's a bit karmic, because they were the ones who harmed others in other lives, whether they were a jailer or someone in a position of cruelty. They're giving us very sad images, and they're not specifying who did what. And they're saying it's no blame. It's just that people come in to experience what they put on others. That's all. They say, all right, well, I was on one side of the street. Now I'll be on the other side, and I'll be learning from that. The soul doesn't think, uh-oh, that's a terrible thing to go through. It just says, learning experience. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm up for that. Wonderful. Now, if you decide not to come back to 3D and put yourself through that duality of good and bad, light and dark again, that's fine. Putting the whole family in this beautiful circle of light, calling in healing angels and presences, master physicians of all kinds. Of course, we extend this to everyone dealing with any kind of illness, disability, disorder right now, including depression, suicidal ideation, addiction, all of it. Calling forth all of your families. Yeah, this is intergenerational, most assuredly. Now, some of you, it's not a karmic matter. Some of you in the family are very connected to the galactic family members, the star nations. You volunteered to come in to experience some forms of maladies for their information, but also they are assisting people in planting in human consciousness the realization everything is energetic, and that there's an energetic blueprint to every single illness, disorder, any kind of malady, and that once that blueprint is shifted, the illness will leave the body. And a lot of it's psychologically connected, of course, emotionally connected, but that too is energy. That's part of the blueprint, bringing in everybody into this beautiful emerald green ray of healing. And we're just going to pick up anything that is not, against the will of the soul, anything that is for the higher good. We're just picking up the pain, adverse reactions to pain medications, feelings of hopelessness, pulling that trauma out of the children. Yeah. Releasing from that one partner, a gentleman who has PTSD, sending in healing energies of a higher order, calling into your higher selves, and on a soul level, can you lift these dear ones to places of healing, please? Can you lift them? A writer does have an MP3 that might be helpful, believe it or not. We don't advertise it as an instant cure for anything. We would say if you desire to be worked upon by light beings and galactic brothers and sisters, it's called Galactic Healing Chamber, and absolutely wonderful. It's assisted a lot of people. So that would be one idea in addition to continued energy work. So, all right, pulling out a lot of that pain, pulling out intergenerational aspect, getting it out of the DNA with higher self's permissions. Yes, all right. Enough is enough, they're saying. Yeah. Just pulling that out in case the children marry and have children. Or just plain have children, yes. Mm-hmm. Come out of there. All right, now we're seeing something dark. What are you doing? Finished. Over. You see this contract? You see all these contracts? They've gone into the white light. They've gone in that beautiful white flame. Yeah, and you're going into the higher realms. You're going into the light right now. You're going into the light. That's it. That's it. Through that portal, all of you, through that portal. No, you're done here. You're done. This is a dark force connection that came in. It delights in pain. It delights in trauma and despair. This is why dark force interference clearings are very important, dear ones, into the light right now. All of you who are entities who relate to this, relate to the darkness, relate to the pain and the suffering and the feeling of despair, all of you, out of their bodies right now. Loved ones, come in for all of these ones, please. Angels of transition, please come forward. Emissaries, saviors, come forward. Messiahs, etc. Time to go home. Time to go into the light. You're not supposed to be ill. You're not supposed to be in a body. It's not your body. No, you left your body. It finished. It's gone. You can't go back to it. You have to go into the light now. That's home. Look up. That's home. That's where you should have gone. Yeah, that's home. Sure. That's it. That's it. Salvation, liberation, and absolution. This is your moment. This is your moment. Look up into the light. You're being guided by angels. You're being guided by loved ones. Time to go home. Time to go home. Okay. All right. That's fine. All of that too. The past life patterns, the dark energies. So there are numerous reasons why, dear one, it's different for different members of the family. We're glad that you found our writer and have asked these questions. Nobody's supposed to suffer, but it is the old 3D paradigm, and thankfully humanity's coming out of it. Yeah, not necessary for growth. Why not grow with joy? Time to grow with joy. Yeah, into that light right now. We're going to close this portal, so move it. Let's go. Into the light, into the light. You're done here. You're done. Nope. All right, then move on. All right, move on. You don't like any of that. Move on. Go home. Time to go home. Wonderful. There we are. All right, closing that portal. All right, Dylan, we would listen to this, at least 5 or 6 times. Absolutely, we would. Yeah. So we'll just do 1 or 2 more. This dear one, enlarged prostate with overactive bladder. It's good you've had acupuncture. Wonderful. You've gone to the urologist. Yes. I'm going to ask your team, would the CPAP machine for the sleep apnea help? Maybe 10 or 20%. Yeah, we would do a thorough cleanse. In addition to drinking water, vegetable juices, the supplements, dear one, need to be specifically, and you may already be taking them, specifically for prostrate OAB, specifically for that, all right? And absolutely go to a naturopathic doctor if you can, and research it on the naturalistic level, but we're going to ask your team, what's going on energetically here? It's like there's a level of, we want to say, like, when there's a live wire sort of bouncing, it's just like an electrical pulse, or the central nervous system in an overly excitable state. That's the overactive part, and it's centered in that part of the body, and it's expressing itself kind of like when children get frightened, in a sense. Yeah. Does it go back to childhood, dear ones? Is that some of it? you've got a deep sense of responsibility, a deep sense, like, in other words, you're never fully fulfilling responsibility. So we would say, that's got to go. We're going to pull that out. Yeah, just let go of every aspect that's excessive. All right, just release that. Just bring that up. Oh, I never do enough. That's hypervigilance is part of this energy, and we're going to work with the energy in that part of the body. It's wonderful you've gone naturalistic. You did a bit of the Western medicine and then also the naturalistic. Excellent. And there's wonderful supplements. Careful to drink all your water. Drink your 7 or 8 glasses of water by no later than 2 or 2:30 p.m. After that, just, you get thirsty, just a little sip. But don't be drinking much of anything after that. Yeah. That should help, at least in part. The trouble is the bladder gets used to being in a reactive state. Yeah, come out of there. Come out. No, you're done. You're done. Into the light. Let's go. Into the light. Aha. There we go. We've got some entities opening a portal of light. Loved ones coming for these ones. Look, if you're tired of this, you go into the light. You'll have a brand new body, no problem. All right? But you're troubling this gentleman. And we're pulling that energy out as well. That is the overreactive aspect. But you're troubling this gentleman. It's not your body. You're harming him. That isn't fair to him. You wouldn't want someone to do that to you. Move into that light right now, friend. All right? You won't ever have to be scared again. You move into the light. That's the light of home. That's the higher realms. You'll be safe. You'll be loved. Everything's fine. They're loved ones. Please do take them by the hand and lead them into the light, please. There, good. Yeah. Yeah, angels of transition, come forward. There we go. All right, good. Listen to this clearing a number of times, dear one. Listen to this whole thing a number of times and consider that it's aimed at you because it's extended to all, as we say. Doesn't matter when you listen. All of that into the light, please. All of that into the light. That's it. Yeah. Wonderful. Time to go home. Let's go. Look up into that light. Look up into that light. Yes, you can. You absolutely can have anything you want to eat or drink, whatever, at any time. At any time. Go ahead. You'll be fine. All right? You're unhappy with that? You'll be cured. You move into that light, you're completely cured. No problem. Yeah. I'm just removing this. It's like an energy form, part of the blueprint. You came in with sort of, it looks like a high degree of nervousness, but it's located internally. You may not look outwardly or feel to be a nervous person, but it's just located there. All right, so we would listen to this several times, dear one. And again, it might not be enough, just the one clearing. It's just this is all to sort of show what this work can offer and that you're not alone. That's another very, very important thing that people are wanting to realize. Got quite a number of questions. We'll just do what we can here. A few more. Told I serve on 3 higher dimensional councils, 2 of which are involved with bringing healing. And again, the energy work we do continues as long as you and your higher self permit. So involved in bringing healing and templates to the earth. Yeah, all right, Delwan, let's see what your team is saying. Is that this Delwan's earth mission, bringing these healing templates to the earth? And yeah, they're saying you don't have to do anything outwardly. It's just happening. It's in your energy. You're beautifully planting that into the earth. You're extending that to everyone as being this really, this new forms of possibilities. It's like, in other words, it's like if somebody had a tiny imagination, you're extending it to become quite a large imagination. And that's basically what's required in order for people to accept that all healing is energetic in nature if it's real healing. So you're helping with that. Bringing in beautiful light codes, beautiful sacred geometries, and planting them in human consciousness and into the earth. Yeah, into human constructs. Wonderful. So that's your earth mission, dear one. Absolutely it is. You're fulfilling it. You're doing beautifully. Yeah. This dear one's saying, what happens if you're married, you're in a relationship, etc., and then the 5D comes along, you want to go forward into that, but your partner doesn't believe in that. Will it be like a death? Will the couple or family be separated? And yeah, the daughter is worried that her husband won't go into 5D. And what about the son? Look, everyone's got to follow their path, dear one. Have respect for that. Nobody says, after the joy of welcoming a new baby into the family, nobody looks at them and says, did you have to be born at 11 a.m.? You know, if it's a joyful event, If you're happy about this, if you've got a new puppy come into the house, you don't ask that. You don't ask about the timing of the path or how did you come to us? It might be interesting, but you don't question. And something that people question is, how come this person's path is different from mine? How come they died when they did? Now, this is understandable because death it means grief, and the loss of the end of a relationship can equal grief. Absolutely, that's a kind of death in people's heart mind. But let's just see what your team, and your daughter and her husband, their team are saying. Now, they're saying she can't protect him. She can't write his life chart for him. He already wrote that. He will make it to 5D when he's ready. The boy appears to be more open to that than the husband. He's carrying a lot of light, that child, whether he realizes it or not. He's rather empathic, very aware. He would welcome 5D with open arms, it looks like. But you can't write somebody else's life chart for them. Bless them, send them love. Again, that beautiful affirmation, I behold you with the eyes of love and I glory in your perfection. Try not to think of somebody as being troubled or wrong or on the wrong track or what have you, because people unconsciously do fulfill those images that one holds for them. This is why a brilliant teacher will come into a class of, quote, troublesome students and say, I hear you're the geniuses. I hear you're amazing. All right, then I expect great work from all of you. And use your imaginations. Think for yourself. You're all unique. You're all invaluable. You're individuals. I want to see that too. And what do those students do? But follow that pattern. Yeah, it's been proved many, many times over and over. Beautiful stories about that. So, all right. So we answered the question, yes, about teaching the art class. All right, did that one already. And then we're going to check in with the team on that last one. Yeah, they're just saying, the team are just saying, let go. The husband has to follow wherever he's going. And they're saying, this is going to sound rather rough. They're saying to the young woman, you're not his mother. You can't protect your husband as if he were a child. You can't sort of lead him on the path that you feel he's supposed to go on. Grant that he's an individual and needs to move forward as he can. And just send love. As you demonstrate that, it's contagious, highly contagious, and others really want that light as well. And they love themselves enough to allow that forward movement. So yeah, we wouldn't stress over that, young ones. All those, the expression, all rivers lead to the sea, and he will make it when and as he chooses. It should be his choice, yes. This day one, I feel like I'm disconnected from my true self, lost in brain fog, unable to function normally in sessions with clients, feeling weaker. How do I regain my sense of self and empowerment and divine presence? All right, this still wants team come forward. You're really moving more into energy work, they're saying. Don't fault the brain if it doesn't always think clearly. It's going through tremendous shifts and changes. On a cellular level, you're going through tremendous shifts and changes. And you're doing fine with your work, they're saying, but it's far more energetic than it is left brain. You're expecting to stay very sharp and keep everything the way it was 5 or 7 years ago. It's not going to be that way, Delwang. They're saying no. What you offer now is beautifully energetic. So just explain that to clients as well. If you want to keep reminders of some points, if you're teaching, keep that up, in front of you. But there's going to be moments where, say, if you're looking at a phrase like divine love, there's going to be moments where that love is the light of that makes those words almost disappear off the page. And just say to your spirit team, again, speak to your angels, most benevolent outcome. I'm requiring absolutely beautiful clarity, mentally and otherwise, physical strength, mental strength, as I go through this ascension process, and show me if there's a new way of holding session, show me what that is, and I give this over to you. I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. This is something better, whatever's for my higher good, so mote it be, yeah, or so be it. Absolutely, Delwan, you're doing fine, but in this time, everyone is shifting powerfully. So we've gone past this, again, extending energy still to everyone. We've gone past the 2-hour point. There's a link below for ascensiontimes.com, and we hope that each of you will sign up so as to stay in touch with this work, because this is new paradigm. This is where people begin to awaken to what they're really dealing with energetically and what their true path is, what they've come in to heal or to change in themselves and to shift on the earth as well. So we send much love, dear ones, many blessings, and we'll bring our writer back now. Honored to have assisted today. Namaste. Well, thank you so much, everybody. This is Caroline again. And of course, if you came in late, you can watch any of this over again on YouTube. It's really so joyful for me to be able to work with everyone and to bring the collective through. They bring through so much love sometimes. That's why I was starting to get teary-eyed. It's not so much they get teary-eyed, I do, when they're talking about some things sometimes that really are affecting people at the most basic and heart-centered level, our full reality. I hope you'll go to look into the Abundant Living Program, that you'll go into the webpage, ascensiontimes.com, and then hit that button in the, hit the words of Abundant Living Program in the menu and take a look. Technically, you could join now if you wanted to. This is the sort of support you're going to get. And let me tell you, you need ongoing support. And that's why that program exists. It's totally fine if you want it once a year. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much, friends. People are writing thank you in the chat. Once a year or so, if you want to do a channeling session, totally great. But when you have ongoing support, where you can submit a question once a month and not only get an answer, but energy work. And then you can go to your members portal and listen to that recording at any time and listen to the meditations and watch the Abundant Living podcast videos. If you can get that kind of support in an ongoing way for a fairly reasonable amount, you're doing really well. If you want more, if you want to get something answered every week, fantastic. These two classes, these two groups we have, the two calls on Tuesday and Wednesday, are the most beautifully supportive groups. There's no crosstalk, so there's no, oh, you should fix that problem with this. There's none of that. It's just people saying, well, this week I've been dealing with this, or this has been ongoing. And really the collective deal with people, work with people on a level of working with things that have been embedded in their energies, sometimes for centuries, sometimes for several hundred lifetimes, here or on another planet or whatever. They're dealing with things that are so deep in that person's spirit. Of course, everybody wants a one-off where it all gets healed in an instant. I'm always looking for that. I totally follow. Usually, it doesn't go quite like that. You need ongoing support. So that one question per week, 3 or 4 weeks out of the month, very, very important. It's just this beautiful support and the love and support of the group, the presence, and then you hear what other people are given, and you are building up energetically from the energies that flow not only to them but to you as well, to everyone. And then on the platinum level, you can ask 2 questions a week, and that's huge. That's like getting 1.5 or almost 2 full sessions, personal sessions a month. That's what it adds up to, because it comes down to 6 or 8 questions a month that you're asking, and that's more than an hour session. That's a 2-hour or 1 hour plus a 45-minute, that kind of a thing. That's amazing value for what I, so these are people always yelling at me, I'm not charging enough. The prices will be going up, but right now I just want to give people a chance to join if that's what they feel is right for them. Now through Wednesday evening Eastern time till 11 p.m. Eastern time in US and Canada is Eastern time. So please, oh, you're certainly welcome. Much love to everybody. Please do tune in to that and go to the Abundant Living Program at ascensiontimes.com. And again, the link is in the bottom. And thank you so much for being here. And even if you can't join, I'm honored to have been able to channel and bring through some light and even just very short instances of work. Obviously, when you're when you're a member of the group, the assistance is a bit longer, it's ongoing, and it's more in depth. But this gives you a taste of what is on offer. So huge blessings, much love. Thank you so much, everybody. And I just wish only joy, very, very intense times. Yeah, no question. Sorry if I get teary-eyed. I'm yelling at my team, you better stop it right now, stop the tears. If we can just hold Well, the Middle East and Ukraine, but if you want the whole planet in that beautiful, um, beautiful white flame of the divine feminine, you just image that for a moment. Just hold it in that beautiful light. And if we can send a ray of light from our hearts to the earth or any troubled spot that you desire. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. I just send so much love. Many blessings. Namaste.